It's early enough on a Sunday morning that there's not that much road traffic. I thought it'd be a great opportunity to do an update on our living wall situation here now that we're in mid-swing of summer. So stick with us, we'll take a look at all this. So I'll put a link here to the original video where I talk in greater detail about the layout and the intent and purpose of this. This is more video for those who've been watching, who watched that first video and wanted to see how it evolved. And we're here in the northeast corner. By all intents and purposes, you can't tell, well, it's probably in the video pretty hard to tell that there's something on the other side of this. On the other side of this is our chicken yard, and then our house is beyond. So you can see the house there. Very much clear information that alder and willows really want as much light as they can get. As we come out into the sunnier position, the alders get up to 12-15 feet tall. The willows are looking absolutely beautiful here, 12, 15, 10, 12 feet tall. And the miscanthus grass, which are these nice beauties here, are starting to really take off. They're hitting about 7 feet. They should top out at 12 to 14 feet this year. This is the Maximilian sunflower, which I believe I'll be offering through the website in the fall, so you can look for that. Zone 1B hardy perennial sunflower. Really beautiful, tough as nails plant. We put in some hybrid poplar cuttings. Not all of them took because I put them in at 4 feet in length, but most of them are rooting. We've had a very moist and sunny and by all accounts really nice growing season so far. Great establishment year overall. But you can see the miscanthus doing its thing. Just to the south of it, the alder is peeking up over the miscanthus. Let's take a look down this way a little further. More curly willow doing wonderfully. Locust in the middle, fixing nitrogen. You can see some gaps here where you can sense that there's a chicken yard on the other side, but it's not too bad. The elderberries are both in flower. I'd really like to have more of those. They're such beauties. And the Jerusalem artichokes are about 6 feet tall. And the wormwood is almost 6 feet tall. That's the biggest, healthiest one I've seen. It's really nice brushing past that on the way out. So it's more sunchokes. We've got a male hardy kiwi running through this miscanthus just to make it extra chaotic. The smoke bush is getting there. Carpathian walnut's about as tall as me now. There's grapes in there that'll be producing. The hops are starting to put on their flowers. And so I've just been stepping down a minor walkway so I can get access so we can harvest mint, maintain, pull the last little bit of weeds that aren't weeds we planted. But it's stabilizing and turning into a really potent system. By this time next year, I'd anticipate that the trees will be all 10, 12 feet or more. The miscanthus will be the same size, but will be getting thicker. The sunchokes will have to thin out so they can have more room to expand. But this eastern block here, we love coming home to this and just seeing this jungle. Probably most people driving by just think we just never mow, but this is all intentional. And Sasha will go into greater detail in another video, but this is the Viper's bugloss, just looking absolutely stunning and dealing with really gross road conditions. Real stunner. Let's look on the western side. So here's the driveway, and now here we're on the western side. This curly willow, the clear winner, 14 feet or so. Probably want to top it back. Again, this is due south, so that to the north of it, we could have more herbaceous layer if I were to prune these willows back just a touch. This side's a little bit less dense, but I think it's a little younger as well. The redbud, sunchokes, elderberry, all somewhat juvenile and starting to establish. The valerian's presenting a really nice flower, really nice smell. Every willow's alive. This should be a pretty riotous side next year. Sasha added in a bunch of varieties of mallows, perennial mallows that should get 4 to 6 feet tall, dotted in. I finally went through and cut back. There was a poison hemlock here. I cut it back in the hopes that it will sprout again. but with the concern of the seed spreading. So even though I love that plant, it's really a beauty, we want to be careful that we don't spread it. But yeah, all the structural elements in position. More mallows. The burdock we left, the teasel we manage, the redbud squirting in there. And then to the south of all this, it is coming back into being production space, which we can get into in another video. I want to focus mainly on the wall, but there's some hazelnuts coming in, and then hardwood cutting propagation seems to be doing really nicely for us with Yasta berries, new cultivars of willow that may end up in this fence line eventually, willows and poplars, and more currants and Yasta berries all growing. So no major weeding, certainly no irrigation or watering in this system, and it's just slowly evolving, or quickly evolving, into a really freaking dense jungle. Within a year, we should not be able to see the road this time of year, and maybe in 2 or 3 years, the sound will have been changed. So that's kind of fun. All plant-based. Thanks for watching.